just unboxed the Rodecaster Pro 2. Came with 4 Zoom mics, came with boom arms, which we haven't yet unboxed, a lot of cables, a memory card, top screens.
The boom arm is going to go...
Here, I get to say it to my first guest. Get a little bit closer to the mic. Get a little bit closer to the mic. There you go. It's Jade Varela, everybody. Had to do it.
That is fun.
Yeah,
I think your guests are going to like that.
They're going to love it. They're going to love being in the house with Title Adam. That's kind of a new thing that's just kind of come up. It's always just been Title Adam. My name is Adam. I do title. They call me Title Adam, and now we're saying it's Title Adam in the house. And we'll see how it plays out. I'm excited to have it. I'm excited to have the opportunity to speak on title, to speak with professionals in the industry. And, you know, if I was going to handpick my very first person to talk to on these microphones, it would be you. So I'm excited that you're here. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be a challenge because I can tell right now I'm going to be roping you in to that microphone over and over and over, and we're going to do it till we get it right.
I'm going to need some snacks.
You're going to need snacks. You're going to need sips. You're going to need all kinds of different stuff here. Wanted to talk to you about a condominium that you have listed out in Lehigh Acres. Before we get to that, let's rap about something else, and that is if you're buying, selling, building, refinancing, or doing a deal in Florida, tag in Title Adam. I'm local. I'm licensed. I'm working this weekend. I want to work for you. Cape Coral, Florida, the South Florida Water Management District told Fox 4 approximately 2,000 homeowners in Northeast Cape Coral will soon get a letter saying they have to connect to city water, potentially costing them thousands of dollars. We knew that this was coming, and it will be in a friendly add-on to your tax bill in Cape Coral. But that's only because no one has the money to do this kind of connection. We all agree it's important to have city water and sewer, but at the same time...
Where is this in the Cape?
Cape Coral North, they call it Northeast, but really I want you to consider it more the Northwest Cape, north of Pine Island Road, kind of closing in that expansion project. They're coming up now to where they're saying, we got to do it. We can't kick the can any longer. It's time to go. There's a lot of benefits that come with that, but I'm telling you that it reduces the marketability of that property when you got a huge assessment there that's going to, you know what it's going to do for the person that has a mortgage? It's going to raise their mortgage payment every single month because the property taxes are going to go up. And that's going to be really tough. And then when it happens and you decide that you don't want to be there anymore, you're going to be with everybody else in the neighborhood who's trying to sell. So more to come on Cape Coral, but there are some things to think about if you're looking to buy or sell in Cape Coral.
I think that's what contributed to the oversaturation of the new construction, because if you owned a lot in Cape Coral that was going to be impacted by the utility expansion, then maybe the cost of that assessment is worth more than the value of the land. And so what a lot of people have done is just build a house on top of the land that they already own. And then you can turn around and sell the property and make something out of it. Whereas otherwise, there might not even be a margin to sell the property and get that water expansion.
And this is the story of Jerry Museri. Jerry Museri was one of my first real estate clients when I was selling real estate. And he had purchased 10 waterfront lots in Lehigh Acres before the last bust. And that's exactly what they were. They were on a drainage canal. They had zero Gulf access. They didn't go to any navigable body of water, but he bought them from Ohio, and he bought them at an inflated value. And then when he found out their real value, he said, I'm not dumping these. I'm going to have somebody go and build 10 rental properties, and I'm going to rent them out, which he did very successfully. He did even some Section 8 in Lehigh. And then when the market recovered, he went back and now he was ready to sell them. And he did exactly what you said, which is he made value out of the dirt by putting something worth something on top of it. And I think that is probably a smart play for a lot of people that have bought heavy on land, maybe bought at the tippy top of the market. Sometimes it's the raw materials that are used to construct a home that actually bring the value to that dirt. It's a really interesting way to look at it, Jade. Switch gears with me, though. Stay in Lehigh with me, but let's go over to Gulfview. Is it Gulfview Manor condo? Tell me about this little cutie that you've got listed there. We held it open this past weekend. What's the scoop?
Well, we've got actually big news to report on that one because we had a pretty nice price drop. So it's been reduced to 139.9. We were at 145. And I think it's going to make a perfect space for someone. Right after the price reduction, we started getting texts right away, an agent wanting to know about the HOA and the rental restrictions. I think it does make it a strong contender for a rental because they will allow someone to rent in there. And then you do have an HOA fee, which is $364 a month. But when you look at what rentals are going for, they are going for over $1,000 a month. So just depending on, how it works, it could be a good snowbird opportunity.
Do you think, based on, conversations with people that live there, your market research, all of that, do you feel that this is ultimately going to be someone that comes in and writes a check? Do you feel like this is someone that's maybe going to use a home equity line of credit on a home up north and to buy cash? Do you feel like it's somebody that's ultimately going to finance it? I know that we had a mortgage lender come into the open house and they felt pretty confident that they could put a deal together that would put a total monthly payment somewhere around $1,400, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I think it was around 1,000.
Well,
but
now add in
you'd have to add in the HOA payment. So yeah, maybe 1,300 or so.
I think it's worth noting this was also 55 and up only. Got to be 55 to buy, got to be 55 to live there, but also ground floor, 0 stairs, no carpet.
Yeah, the location is really good because it's just off of Joel Boulevard on East 5th Street. You roll into the parking lot and you've got one spot assigned, which is right next to the handicap space. And then you basically step out and just have a flat, steady walking surface to your door, which I think is important because some of the residents there are 55 and you might feel really comfortable doing stairs at 55 years old. But like the gal who popped in to see us, she said, I'm the oldest one here. She's like in her 80s and she's not going to be interested in doing stairs ever. So I think it's good for anybody with a walker, a wheelchair. Even the grip on the door is a handle instead of a knob. You walk in and the floors have been redone. Vinyl, waterproof flooring, tile, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, and then the back, well, opens up to the Lehigh Resort Golf Course, which is pretty nice because we've been in our fair share of 55 plus condos in South Florida, and that's a unique feature to open up your lanai and be able to watch golfers going around and then to not have to pay for it because it's not like part of a golf bundle or part of a package that you have to buy into with your community. It's like a local treasure, public golf course, I think 9 holes. And the location's good. It's right on the bus route. Got city water, which is important in Lehigh. And then you're just minutes drive from Publix, the hospital, the police station, fire department.
New Aldi.
Yeah, the new Aldi. I'm looking forward to checking out too. Trailhead Park is over there, which is nice.
Frank Mann Preserve, not far.
It's another
and it's
one.
on the bus line.
Yeah.
I think that's nice. To have some public transportation option that can pick up. And these are people that are typically on a fixed income.
Yeah.
They're not the uber wealthy of Southwest Florida that are living in Lehigh Acres and these developments. It's not that they're the slums by any means, but it's just a nice, affordable option.
Clean,
and safe. Okay, great. So we got a guest here in the studio at the Premier Reputation Studios in Estero, Florida. Jason just came in, so got a little worried.
Hey,
that was my
Jason.
boss, Jason. Thank you. Welcome. And thanks for the mini heart attack there. It's Friday afternoon. We are kind of kicking off the weekend, but we're talking shop. It's Title Adam in the house. Hey, if you're buying, selling, building, refinancing, if you're doing a deal, let me just get that out there right now. You got to tag in Title Adam or my daughter Rose will have your head. All right. I'd say the majority of the residential real estate deals that I did last year were first-time home buyers using FHA loans on new construction in Lehigh Acres. And a lot of them with interest rates somewhere between 6.5% and 8%. A lot of the all-in payments when you factored in all of the expenses that come in with it, taxes, insurance. Some of these all-in mortgage payments were over $2,500. Some of them were close to $3,000. And now we're seeing those same properties in Lehigh Acres vacant and easily obtained for $2,150, $2,175 a month. And my question is, how long is it going to be before that person who's writing a check for $3,000 every month starts asking themselves, why am I doing this? Why don't I go and rent one for $2,150 and burn the bank? And I think that we saw this happen in the last bust, and we said, we better not ever forget this. I think short sales are going to be coming up. I think we're going to start seeing a little bit of that. I closed one yesterday for a first-time home buyer. This was actually a success story. I think this is one that we should be talking about. This is a couple that was renting for $2,000 per month, renting an apartment. They took a USDA loan to purchase a property. And the property was $180,000. They took a loan out of like $176,700. 30 years, interest rate fixed 6.5%, principal and interest payment $1,100, all in monthly payment with taxes, insurance, and mortgage insurance because you put less than 20% down, $1,400.
Yeah, and that's doable.
And now they've created a situation now to where they're paying $600 per month less. They own something. They're building equity in it. Yeah.
Well,
I was really excited for them. Jade's saying that she's ready to wrap it up. She's run out of steam for the episode. We got babies running around, tearing shit up. Got company in the lobby waiting for us as well. But we had to break the cherry on the equipment. We had to do it. And so I will close and I will leave the house. But before I do, I wanted to say one more time, if you're buying, selling, building, refinancing, if you're doing a deal in Florida, tag in Title Adam. I will take you to the closing table faster and with less stress. This isn't just a motto. It's how I live, and I've got references to back it up. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back next time. Have a great weekend.